Help! I can't play the bongos.
Help! My cholesterol's off the scale and the charts.
Help! I don't have arms or legs, for that matter.
Help! I paid the ferryman.
Help me!
People, please, don't worry, I got this. Brought to you by food. It's what's for dinner. And lunch and breakfast. Paid for by the Food United Council Clutch. Now that we found love, what are we gonna do with it? Now that we found X, what are we gonna do with it? Now that we found just what are we gonna do with it? Now that we found Larry, what are we gonna do with Larry? And now a review of the new action film Alice in Burnt Umberland. Umberfumush. Revenge is a dish best served in a fruity fun manner. In the last few years, I've sort of developed a taste for revenge thrillers, and I think I know the reason why. We're living in the age of Trump, and that means every day we see disgusting individuals get away with a lot of stupid, terrible shit without any fear of consequence or punishment. After a while, one sort of loses hope, and when the right says we suffer from Trump derangement syndrome, they're absolutely right. Every day we stare out the window hoping, pining for some sort of justice that's never going to come. But what are revenge thrillers if not justice delivery systems? And sometimes I just need a little hit. Gotta admit, I'm a little bit of a pussy when it comes to this stuff. I mean, I'm still afraid of watching High Tension, Wolf Creek, Martyrs. These are movies that I might not get to. I have another confession. Sometimes when I need that justice real fast, mainlined, I can skip the beginning of the revenge movies where, the family gets murdered, raped, all that stuff. I just skip that stuff and go right to the monsters being killed. What can I say? I'm very sensitive. I don't like to see human suffering, and I'm sort of a hero in that way. MFA is an indie thriller that tackles the very real epidemic of rape and sexual assault on college campuses, and at times the movie plays like sort of an after-school special on the subject if it weren't for its gore and horror elements. Clint Eastwood's daughter, Francesca Eastwood, plays Noelle, a tiny, withdrawn fine arts grad student who is brutally raped at a party. The director shows the entire assault, and believe me, it's very hard to watch, but of course completely essential. The day after the assault, Noelle actually goes to confront her rapist and ends up accidentally killing him when she pushes him off a balcony. The sense of power and the elation of getting away with murder turns Noelle into a vigilante killer who tracks and kills other dudes on campus who have committed rape, but because of loopholes in the law and the college's refusal to do anything about it, have gotten off scot-free. As the bodies pile up, Noelle's art flourishes, her appearance changes, and her false sense of untouchability rises to dangerous levels.
I'm sorry for what I did. I'm so sorry. Please. Please.
Shut the fuck up.
MFA recalls another indie horror outing, 2019's Bliss, which concerns an up-and-coming painter who turns to drugs, sex, and vampirism in order to get rid of a crippling creative block. And haven't we all been there? Revenge thrillers have been so popular through the years that nowadays filmmakers are running out of decent movie titles for them. You end up with movies with titles like Avengement, which I'm not actually sure that's a word. My next pick is a French-Belgian production called simply Revenge. Our hero Jennifer is a very young thing with dreams of making it big in Hollywood. For now, she's satisfied being the side piece of a handsome rich dude who takes her to his fancy vacation house in the desert, where he's meeting up with some pals to do some hunting. His dumbass friends are immediately overcome with lust for Jennifer and can barely contain themselves, and it's soon obvious that Mr. Boyfriend couldn't care less about her welfare.
Slow down. What? Oh wow, shit's about to go down.
Oh, yeah!
Jennifer is not safe. When the boyfriend takes off for a couple hours, she is raped by one of the goons, while the other goon hangs out in the next room completely okay with it.
Tu vois pas qu'on est occupé? Alors si tu veux en profiter, tu entres, sinon tu te casses et tu fermes la porte.
The boyfriend comes back to a completely broken and traumatized Jennifer who demands to leave.
Doctor, I'll call your wife and tell her everything.
When he tells her leaving is impossible, she makes a desperate run for it, leaving her sugar daddy no choice but to push her off a cliff and leave her for dead. And this is where revenge really kicks into gear. If this was reality, poor Jennifer would be seriously dead. But some spirit of desert vengeance comes to her aid, and with the use of a Bic lighter, some peyote, an old beer can, and a good helping of supernatural mojo, Jennifer morphs from a clueless party girl into a full-on warrior, and goes on to hunt and destroy her enemies one by one. My last pick is sort of in the guilty pleasure category, although a well-made movie is a well-made movie, and there's really no guilt necessary, so take it easy on yourself, bro. Oh, thank you. 2009's Law-Abiding Citizen starts out like every other boilerplate revenge movie ever made, but it soon turns into something unique and interesting. Gerard Butler is Clyde Shelton, a guy whose wife and daughter is killed in a horrific home invasion. The two perpetrators are apprehended, and one is sent to death row, but the other one gets off with just 5 years.
I want to say thanks for being in my corner.
Shelton really loses his shit when he learns that the justice system has completely failed him, including Jamie Foxx's prosecutor, who agrees to the lame-ass plea deal. Cut to 10 years later, monster number 2 is snatched up by Shelton and tortured mercilessly before being completely taken apart appendage by appendage.
You hear that? Your heart is beating so fast. No, me too.
Shelton is immediately apprehended and locked away, but it's all a part of Shelton's plan. It turns out Clyde Shelton is Batman. Or pretty much Batman, in that it's revealed he is some sort of super assassin, genius, inventor, engineer guy who can apparently turn anything into a deadly weapon, and he can kill anybody at any time with his gadgets and gizmos, but really not even Batman could do any of the shit this guy does while being locked in solitary confinement. He even kills a judge with a cell phone in what is the film's most shocking moment by far.
Here's the deal. Release me and drop all charges by 6 a.m.
Or what?
Or I kill everyone.
And just like he says, he pretty much does kill everyone, including the completely innocent. One of those is Jamie Foxx's associate, played by Leslie Bibb. Poor Bib. Poor Bib. Poor burnt Bib. It's sort of funny to witness Fox and his partner, played by the always reliable Bruce McGill's supreme sense of frustration and panic when they soon realize they are mere cogs in Shilton's diabolical plan. Butler is ridiculously fun to watch, and the movie surprises you when it becomes clear that Butler is the villain, nay, supervillain. A supervillain you can really get behind, until the Crispy Bib incident, of course. Law-Abiding Citizen definitely made me a Gerard Butler fan. I also wanted to give a shout out to a little movie called Cop Shop, which is a really nasty, nifty cop thriller. Joe Carnahan's best, which is not saying a goddamn thing. Up next on my Gerard Butler watch list is Roland Emmerich's Olympus White Has Fallen Down, in which a sweet little boy named Olympus White is captured by the Taliban, and it's up to Gerard Butler and 4 of his best pals to form a circle jerk and tug away at each other for 1 month straight to save Olympus White's life. At least I think that's what it's about. I didn't see it yet. By the way, shout out to Microsoft Paint 3D for helping me to make this poster. Microsoft Paint, you're not just Photoshop's free, short, bussy cousin, and I mean that sincerely. That's all for me, and remember, the best revenge is living well, or a good throat ripping, whichever comes first. Bye! Thanks for watching, and please like, comment, and share. Most importantly, subscribe and hit that alarm button. Remember, I have a film degree, so you don't have to.